What's going on, fellow redliners? Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the vlog, and welcome to car wash day here for the C8 Corvette. There's been a lot of talk on this guy saying that this engine bay is taking up way too much water and people are getting really concerned about it. So I figured what I'm going to show you guys is how much water actually gets into the engine bay. I've kind of prepped the buckets already, kind of halfway through everything, but then I realized, you know what, I should actually start the video off. So, but here's my take on this. Any motor, whether it be a C8, C7 motor, doesn't matter. They all take water in it. So, you know, I personally don't think it's a problem, and I'm going to show you guys throughout this video how much water it takes and how to actually make cleaning on this car a lot easier for the future. Because obviously the big concern, and that's my concern as well, is, let me just open this up, is this rear glass right here. That's gonna get really dirty, and then this and that. So when you guys go to car shows and stuff, or just when you want to admire that beautiful 6.2 liter V8, it's gonna look dirty, even though, you know, you just recently washed it. You're gonna have water spots and everything all over the place. So I'm gonna actually show you guys what products to use, what to do to avoid having all those water spots, to help make cleaning easier on this guy, so that you guys can enjoy driving your C8s around and washing it. So let's get started. All right, so obviously, just before I start, I want to show you guys the engine bay is actually completely dry. There's no water in there. So a lot of you guys are really worried about getting stuck in a rainstorm and what it's going to look like. So what I figured would be the best way of showing you guys what this engine bay would look like is to take the pressure washer, close the hatch off, or the engine bonnet, I guess you could say, and then kind of spray it towards this direction, getting water obviously in there, likely some going in through there as well. So I'm gonna go grab that pressure washer and I'll show you guys what the engine bay looks like after that, and then we'll do like a before and after, and I'll show you again after. Following that, I'll use a soap towel over it and I'll, you know, kind of clean it like I would be washing the car normally, and we'll do another comparison. So here we go. So let's pop the hood. Let's see how wet that is. So as you can see, you get a ton of water dripping through this engine. The engine cover doesn't get that wet. It's really the corner, so you get the heat shielding in there. This area will definitely get wet. These areas right here. Obviously that back window, you guys can take a look. And probably the most annoying thing is going to be this windshield right here, because it's going to fog up from the heat from the engine. It's just going to get really nasty. So here, let me close it again, and you can already see this water, it's already condensed underneath. Just come grab a top view, you can see that it's already fogged up. Okay, I'm going to try again one more time. Stop right here. So just come in close, take a look. This is all surface water, right? But then when you go on top of it, all you can see there is the fog, or, you know, the condensation from the other side. Oh, and look at this, guys. If you had anything in here, you're gonna have to worry about it getting wet potentially. So make sure before you guys open the trunk, if you actually have stuff in here, like whether it be electronics or stuff that you don't want to get wet, make sure the top's completely clear before you open this. So in case it's raining or the car's outside, you want to be really careful. But after the initial stuff, you can see just how much water is in there. Guys, I also want to draw your attention to the front. A lot of people on YouTube that I've seen aren't really talking about this. I hope you guys can see there's some water accumulation here, and there are actually drain sockets right there and on the corner there for them to drain. So it's something that Chevy obviously expects, but it's something that you guys should watch. It's a quick clean, and I'll show you guys how to kind of top that off after I wash the car to make that an easy, quick, simple process. Anyways, we have totally made the car wet. Now we're just going to mix our soap. I'm going to do a foam cannon, and then I'll come back to you guys and show you guys once the car is nice and clean, how to dry it off effectively, quickly, in a manner that allows you to not only keep everything clean and quick, but don't spend as much time on cleaning as what you guys would have originally thought. All right, so we're gonna do the back window here. So just like you'd wash normally, I'm just gonna wash right over to get that back glass, get the back up, or the rear camera there, and look at that. Look at all the, come close, and take a look at all that soap that just went in there. Now, I'm not worried about water at all. I'm worried about the soap, because the soap's gonna foam up in that engine bay and it's gonna cause, you know, spots on the engine, and it's gonna affect it. So honestly, my suggestion to everyone watching this, if you have a C8 or you're getting an incoming C8, if you are gonna do this manually, or even if you go to a wash, which I don't recommend to go to a wash because it's gonna leave soap, is to really hose this down really, really nicely afterward. Just so that you get all this soap, push it all the way through, clean inside that engine bay, and you won't have any issues. Because leaving the soap there, it's just gonna dry and it's gonna give you ugly, ugly spots. So I don't wanna open this right now, because all that soap's gonna go in. So you wanna make sure you clean all that out. Because if I tilt this up, this soap's going straight into the engine bay, which you don't want. So just something to consider. I'm gonna do the rest of the car, wash it off, and when I'm washing it off, I'll show you guys what I do. All right guys, we're at the back of the car. So clear all this out. You wanna get right on top of it. So on this side, same process. You want to get right up on top of it, ensuring that there's no soap left in these little nooks here. Clear at the bottom. All right, so once that's done now, you're gonna get one of the most important parts of the process. I'm gonna go grab it from downstairs and I'll show you guys. All right, so this is an essential tool to any detailer. Any good detailer knows that by drying it, by using a microfiber towel, you're actually adding the possibility of destroying your paint. So a really, really good tool is something like this, like the Ego 530 is what I have. Not sponsored by them or anything like that. The reason why is because they're cordless, so you got a good battery life, and you have an immense amount of air. So ideally you want to start from the top, but in this case we're just going to start here and work our way back. For the sake of this video, I want to show you how to dry that engine bay off effectively. So I'm just going to start here. So keep in mind that this is its first wash that I've ever done in this car. I've never done and put any coating on this car. This is a prep wash to do what I'm going to show you guys in a sec. But essentially, once you add those tools that I'll talk to you guys in a sec, this will become a lot easier. But for now, I'm just going to get all the water, as much as I can, out of this engine bay using this, and I'll show you guys how to do that. And then from there, you're going to use a microfiber with a couple of tools that I'm going to show you to coat the engine, making this process way, way quicker anytime after this. But bear in mind, this is going to be slow, but here we go. All right, so we've gone ahead about 2 minutes. I've used this on the turbo mode where you get the maximum amount of air to shoot out as much water from this engine bay as I could get. And as you can see, I've pushed them all to the drain areas right there. And that's gonna be quick and easy for me to come and clean up. But you can see right there, that's the soap spots that I'm talking about. And that's because there wasn't any coating on this car. So the easy and quick and effective way to fix everything is to go grab a really good coating. I'm gonna go grab mine and I'll show you guys how to do it. So this is a super important process. It's called Bead Maker. I got it put in here. And essentially what this does is that it makes your car hydrophobic. It doesn't necessarily have to be Bead Maker specifically, it can be a similar product, but Bead Maker, I've used it since it came out about 1.5 years ago, and it's been nothing but phenomenal. I use it on all my cars. Detailing has always been a passion of mine, and it makes the car super, super hydrophobic. Something really important about that is that nothing sticks, or things don't stick as much. So by applying that to the window on here, or the back window, or the engine bay, it allows you to, whether or not you're going to dry your car off with a chamois or microfiber, or you're going to use a blower like I do, it makes the water drip off much, much easier and much quicker and much more effective. So I've already gone ahead and applied it to most of the car. I still have, you can see how smooth it makes the paint. Like, it's just super smooth. Here it's pretty rough because like, this is the first wash done in this car. So the most important thing is you're gonna start applying it. I'll show you guys how to apply Bead Maker. So let's do this little panel because we haven't done it before. So you're gonna spray a few sprays. You don't need very much. You're gonna use one towel to spread it. So you're gonna spread it in like that. And notice how small the section I'm doing at a time. Once that's done, you're going to use this to buff. And it buffs out to a beautiful shine. It actually becomes a lot clearer and even much more dynamic and vivid in about 12 hours time. I'm going to leave the car here for now. I'm going to go right into the engine bay because I know that's what most of you guys are wanting to see. So essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by spraying it on here. Okay. We're going to do the same process. We're going to push it in. It's also going to give you a nice dynamic shine too, which is super, super nice. In here, we're just going to buff, clean all this out, clean all the water out there. We're going to clean this out. So, and boom. Now, when water drips in here, not only do you have a beautiful surface to look at, you can see just how fluid and crystal clear it is. It allows the water to drip off much easier. Whether or not you're using something like this, like a blower, or you're drying it yourself, it allows for the water to be moved out way, way quicker. So, I want to do the window back here. That's going to be the toughest part. But once you do it once or twice, you basically layer it. And it allows you to be able to clean it much quicker. So I'm just going to get in here. I'm going to be pretty liberal with it here. Then just drop it off. That's one section there. And that buffs off into a beautiful clear shine. You can use Bead Maker on absolutely anything. It's super, super good in that regard. You can even use it inside if you want. I've never actually used it on inside leathers or plastics, but from what I've heard is that you can do it and it works really, really nice. So, just gonna finish it off here. Boom, got a nice clean shine. Beautiful. So guys, stick around. I'm going to be doing a follow-up video. I'm not obviously going to make it wet again because I just dried it. But I'll make another video in a couple weeks, when I'm washing the car again. I'll show you guys how much easier it is to use now that we have something like Bead Maker. I recommend doing it. It's phenomenal. I haven't obviously seen the results on this car, but I just know it's going to be just fantastic. I'm going to go continue doing the car. Alright, so everything has now been completed. Obviously, we're towards sunset, so the light's not that great, but it just shows you just how shiny this car is. I don't know if it comes across on, on video, but it looks immaculate right now. And that has a lot to do with that Bead Maker that I was talking about. I'll just open the engine bay here. So, things I coated, I just want to show you guys. I coated that window up there. Everything in the engine bay here, the sides, the back window, that corner there, so that next time when I do this process, it's going to be much, much easier. A lot of the water is automatically going to run off. It's important to note that there's stuff right here too. I did all that. I did all these areas here, both sides of course, so that next time when we want to do this, it's going to be super, super easy to do. I'll give you guys one last look around. You can see just how shiny that car is now. Take a look at that engine bay. Let's get some zoom in. looking sharp. So I hope you guys found this video informative. If you guys did, please be sure to hit that thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you guys are new. I thank you guys in advance for doing all that. And as we close out, look at that beautiful C8 Corvette. Just got to do a little bit more shine on the wheels. I didn't actually do that, but just wanted to get on here and close things out. You can see the hood. This helped you resolve, not just resolve, but it helped you, figure out a solution to a problem. And this, again, is going to be a problem on any car. Any mid-engine car has to have vents in here to allow the hot air to go. And I can't stress this enough. Like, a lot of you guys have probably never owned or driven a mid-engine car, but this is a problem on any, like, 458. This was a problem on the Audi R8. This was a problem on the 360s. This was, like, really, the Huracans are the same way. The Gallardos were the same way, and the glass engine bonnets would get dirty. This is the solution that all those guys use. So I'm gonna go finish up with the car. I hope this helped. It's obviously not a problem, but it's an annoyance, I guess. You gotta clean. It's just one extra area to clean when you want to clean the car up. Not a big deal. It's obviously beautiful to look at the engine. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, hit that like button. If you guys have any other ideas or videos you want to see, please let me know in the comment section down below. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you guys next video. Take care. Bye-bye.